The cup runneth over with entitlement because these things, they've got to be changed because it's what everybody wants. Good Saturday morning, everybody. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome back to this week's episode of What Every Cruiser Wants. And we are here. We have new comments, and these people, boy, they take entitlement to a whole new level. And these things, they have to be changed because, well, everybody agrees with them. Everybody wants it, and it's what's best for their fellow cruisers, or at least it is in their mind. So let's get into the comments. Let's find out. Are they right? Are they wrong? Are they speaking for you? First up today, we have a question. Do you like early dining? Do you like late dining? Or do you like anytime dining? Now, there are plenty of people out there that like the set dining times. They like it because they get the same table every night. They get the same wait staff, servers every single night. They get to know them. They get to know each other. They get to know their likes and their dislikes. And a lot of people like that. They're happy about that. They pick it on purpose. There's also plenty of people that like anytime dining. That way they can go eat when it's best for them. They care more about the time than they do necessarily about having the same table, same servers each and every night. They like the convenience of going when they want to go. Now, the beautiful part about cruising is that both answers are right, no matter what you pick. Both answers are right because that's what suits you. But you're always going to get that one person, at least one person, who didn't get the choice they wanted. And because they didn't get their choice, everything needs to change, and it can only be the way they want it. Been on 20 plus cruises, 4 with Carnival lines. So I'm almost embarrassed to say this. We're sailing on the Celebration 1229 and have late seating. Who in their right mind wants late seating? Carnival should abandon late seating and early sitting. Anytime dining for everyone like blank does. How do I get my sitting changed? So they got stuck with late dining. They don't like it. They're not happy. They didn't want that. And because they didn't want that, who in their right mind wants either late dining or early dining? Just abandon all of it. Have it go. Be gone because I got late dining and I didn't want that. Who in their right mind wants that? Switch to anytime dining like this other cruise line does. Or if that's what you want, maybe you go sail on that other cruise line. There's nothing wrong with liking what another cruise line does because you can go sail on them. But if you don't like what this cruise line is doing, nobody made you book them. Nobody makes you cruise on them. You have freedom of choice. But instead of them doing that, no. I'm cruising here and I want it my way, so get rid of everybody else's choices and only give me what I want. That sounds like entitlement. That sounds like I want it my way. Doesn't matter if anybody else likes early dining. Doesn't matter if anybody else likes late dining. It only matters that they want anytime dining. So what do you guys think? Should Carnival Cruise Lines abandon set dining times? Should they do away with early dining? Should they do away with late dining? Should it only be anytime dining? Is this person right and nobody wants set dining times? Or is our cup of entitlement beginning to fill? If you have reached platinum status on Carnival Cruise Lines, that's more than 75 nights on the cruise ship. You ought to have a pretty good idea of how it works. You should have a pretty good idea of what is provided and what is not provided. And if you're going to write in a comment that includes your loyalty level status and ask something just as goofy as this, well, I'm going to have to call you out for it. I am fine-tuning my packing list for my panorama in a couple of weeks. Normally for travel, I would pack a pair of light slides to wear back and forth to pool and spa. These are not for the room. My question is, the carpets of the rooms are full of germs. Nobody wants to walk around hotels or cruise ship rooms barefooted. Are slippers provided for us? booking number blank. All three of us are platinum. Now, of course, different people are going to have different opinions as to whether or not they want to walk around their room barefoot or not. And that's not even an issue or a question. Everybody will think differently in how they want to think about that. But to say nobody walks around their cruise cabin or wants to walk around their cruise cabin barefoot, is that actually true? Well, I mean, I know it's not, because there's plenty of times I get up in my cruise cabin and walk across the carpet barefoot. So I guess automatically that takes the word nobody right out of there, unless, of course, those of us that do it are just nobodies. But what gets me is that all three of them are platinum, and they want to know, are slippers provided? They're doing their packing. They don't want to pack their own slippers. They want to know, are they provided? Yet here's my question. After 75 nights of sailing on Carnival Cruise Lines, have they ever provided you slippers before this cruise? After 75 nights of sailing on Carnival Cruise Lines, have you not considered the fact if you need something to pack it in your bag? Clearly they have not, because they are packing and they want to know, but we're platinum. Are these going to be provided for us? And again, our cup gets a little fuller with a little more entitlement. Different families have different rules when they cruise. And whatever rules you have for your family, well, honestly, that's your business. At least as long as it doesn't affect other cruise passengers. But yeah, it's a little bit entitled and a little bit asinine to think just because your family does it, that every single family on board the ship has to do it too. My children are ages 7, 11, and 15. We are good Christian family. We do not allow them to take their phones or tablets to the dining room for any meal. We have the same rule at home. We do not buy the internet package, so no one uses them to call or text. There is a no technology rule when we cruise together. I am horrified that we seem to be the only family on the Carnival Dream who have this rule. We are there to spend time together. In my eye, Carnival should enforce a no phones and no tablets at the dinner table at least. Carnival should set a precedent that would set Carnival apart from other cruise lines. Seeing families all on their phones at dinner is appalling. My children have been raised correctly. They never ask for their phones or tablets on a cruise. I make sure I'm not on my phone in front of them too. It's so important for children to communicate verbally, learn eye contact, and feel like they are listened to. Carnival is letting families down by allowing this. So they choose no internet on their cruise. They choose no phones and no tablets at the dinner table because they're a good Christian family. Got to get that part in first of all. Now, if they choose not to have phones and tablets, that's on them. If they choose not to get the internet package, that's a choice for them. And of course, they're free to choose that. That's their family. They can do their own thing. However, just because it's a choice for your family doesn't mean you get to make that choice for anybody else. You don't get to say, I'm appalled that this family would allow it. I'm horrified that this is happening. And Carnival, they're letting families down by allowing this. But what if we look at this from a different point of view? Let's take a different approach. How about it's not your family, therefore it's not your business? How about you take care of yours and they take care of theirs? How about not saying, well, we don't do it, we don't like it, we don't allow it, therefore the cruise line should make it a rule that nobody should have it. Nobody should be allowed, and it should just be banned altogether. Well, I say the cup of entitlement, boy, it's about to overflow from a person who thinks their choices must be the choices of everybody else because, again, they're a good Christian family. And finally, for our last comment today, and honestly, this one's a little hard to describe. Not the comment itself, but boy, it's full of everything. First, they're going to attack Carnival Cruise Line's brand ambassador, John Heald. Then they're going to say everybody wanted this. Then they're going to let you know that nobody on the cruise ship would lift a finger to help them. And of course, now what are you going to do, Carnival Cruise Lines, to make it up to me? We got a little bit of all of it, and believe me, this one will make the Entitlement Cup look like someone dropped Mentos in some Diet Coke. John Heald, you clearly said that Carnival supports our military. This is a lie. You are not a United States citizen. If you were a United States citizen, you would understand this. Ask anyone who has served in the Army or Navy, and they will tell you the importance of the Army versus Navy football game. This was not shown on the Carnival celebration. Every veteran was talking about this. Nobody would help us on the ship to get the game shown. What will Carnival do to make up for this snub? So we start off with Carnival claims they support the military, but they don't. It's an utter lie because they didn't show a football game. And they reached out to Carnival Cruise Line's brand ambassador, John Heald, and well, there's no way he could understand because he's not an American citizen. But if he was, he would get it. Now, if the Army-Navy game is important to you, that's okay. Like what you like. But according to this person, you can ask anybody who has served in the Army or in the Navy, and they will tell you how important this particular game is. Well, God, I love it when they write comments like that I can actually answer and say I'm included in the anybody or say I'm not, because anybody who served in the Army, guess what? That's me, Army veteran, and I could care less about this particular game. It's okay if you do love it. It's okay if it is important to you, but you can't say anybody or everybody because we all know you didn't ask anybody, you didn't ask everybody. And every time somebody writes that, oh, it's so wrong. But they go on and say every veteran was talking about it. Again, did you ask every veteran on the cruise ship? Did you go to every single cruise passenger on that ship and say, are you a veteran? And are you talking about the fact that this ship is not showing this game? Who's gonna have to call some BS on that one? But let's go on, because nobody on that cruise ship would help them to get that game shown. Of course, since the cruise line doesn't carry the channel that the game was shown on, they're not going to be able to rub two sticks together and magically make it appear upon the screen. But I wonder, did any of the crew members suggest, well, you can get the internet package and watch it on your own device? The game was shown on CBS. I'm willing to bet that you got in a little bit of internet, whipped out your personal device. I bet you could have seen the game. But that's not what they wanted. They didn't want to take personal responsibility for their own stuff. No, the cruise line didn't do it for me. And now Carnival must make it up to me for the snub. Well, here's the bottom line on that one. You are owed nothing. They have nothing to make up for. If something on TV is so important that you can't miss it, either get the internet package and watch it yourself or don't cruise. Because I'm willing to bet that not everybody was talking about it. I'm willing to bet that not every veteran was concerned and upset on that ship. I'm willing to bet that, yeah, they offered to help him, but he didn't like the solutions. And of course, the cruise line owes him nothing. And now our cup of entitlement is overflowing. Well, what do you guys think? Are these people right? Are these people wrong? Are they speaking for you? Do they know how you want to cruise? Or do you think, man, That's a whole bunch of entitled jackwagons who honestly believe in their mind that the cruising world should change to suit them. They don't like it, so it must be wrong, and everybody must agree with me. What do you guys think? So what do you guys think? Right? Wrong? Agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious. I want to know, are the entitled speaking for you? Now, if you've enjoyed our video today, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you haven't done so yet, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It is free to do so. It helps our channel grow. Let you know anytime we put out a new video. Hope everyone out there's having a really great day. And like always, we will see you out on the high seas.